here's my 1999, is this zoomed out all the way? Cherokee with the 4-liter, Grand Cherokee with the 4-liter. And it's making a ticking noise. And you can see it only has low mileage, only has 210,000. I don't know if you can hear this tick on the camera. Okay, so last time I talked to you, we were trying to figure out what the ticking noise is. Well, it finally stopped, and I just had the Jeep towed back to my house. So the engine seized up. It cut off on me. I started back up to move it to off the street, and then seized up, wouldn't cut back on. So here's the old 4-liter. I know it's real dark into this carport, sorry. And it did shoot a piece of metal out of the bottom, so I'm sure there's a hole somewhere in this thing. So, alright, today is February 9th, 2013, and it's late in the day. It's already after 5 o'clock, but since we determined that the motor is bad because it is seized up, I'm going to start taking stuff apart. So right now I just, the only thing I'm taking apart is this. Make sure you unhook your battery first, so I'll get to that next. But I've taken my upper radiator hose off, and I have drained the oil from the engine, and then of course got the antifreeze out of my radiator. It's slowly dripping in this bucket, so I've caught it. And over here is the replacement motor. This is a 1999 inline 6, so it should go in there no problem. Looks like it's okay. The only damage I kind of see is this little, this thin piece of metal that goes between the belt housing, the transmission, and the motor. So it's a little tweaked right there from sitting in this cradle where they shipped it. I picked this up from a local salvage yard, Lacey Auto Parts, and paid extra $150, and they gave me a 3-year warranty on it. So we'll see how it goes. I had another evening to work on the heap, and so I got the power steering pump off to the side right there. We got the radiator fan shroud and fan out. It's an electric fan on this motor. This one had the electric. And it had these wires wired on here, so I guess it was the blue and white wires are for the fan, so they're obviously not factory, so might have had cooling issues or something at some point. Got my throttle cables disconnected from here, got my coil packs off here, excuse me, on this side of the motor. Got up my water pump, like the radiator hoses, and my heater core hoses off there. They're just hanging out somewhere up there. I did end up having to take the whole bumper off, but it's not that bad. It was only 2 bolts. Got up under there. Did take the fender liners out right there. They just pop right out. Those little pop rivets. And then there's 2 bolts. 1 bolt like up under here, and then one on the other side, on the driver's side. And then the whole bumper and grill, license plate, fog lights, all that stuff just fell right off. So there it is. And then there's another grill insert behind there that houses the lights, and they are just attached to those. They're in my shed, so that they're out of the weather. But I did take those things off. That way I could get to the AC condenser coil, and then take my radiator out, which is in my shed, and then yeah, then I got my AC compressor off, and that's just hanging out way down there. I'm hoping I got enough room just to leave all my AC lines connected, so that I don't have to get the air out of the system and then have it charged with 134. Sunday, March 3rd. Still working on the heat. Alright, we've got, let's see, what have I done since last time? Got the fuel rail off, got my starter off. I've got my motor mount nuts off. This side, which is a 18 mil. And I've got bell housing bolts, the lower ones out. I still got to get the, I've got 2 exhaust bolts out. I got 2 more to go up under there. You can't really hardly see somewhere. You can see that one's out, but got a friend coming over to help me get those things out. One thing I'm kind of worried about is with let's see if we can look at it from this side. These motor mounts, I know I got it disconnected right here on the actual motor mount itself, but in order to slide the motor forward to get it off of the transmission, I think I'm going to undo these bolts here, boom, for the actual where the mount mounts to the block, so that I can, you can see those, so that I can slide the engine forward a little bit towards the front of the vehicle, and then slide it out. So like these bolts right here, boom, boom, boom. Probably take those out and just leave my motor mounts in there, since they seem to look okay, and these ones have just a tiny bit of cracking in there. You can see right there, which it'll probably be okay. Alright, here's the new engine. I've got, as you can see, the new intake exhaust gasket on here. Sorry, the sun is setting, or not setting, but getting lower in the sky, so it's hard to see. So I got that on there, intake and exhaust. It had these ports plugged up on my exhaust, so I removed those plugs because I need to put O2 sensors for my OBD2. And then got my, as you can see, new shiny water pump on here. And I took this pulley, idler pulley type thing off of the old engine because it seemed just to spin a little bit better than the one that was on this engine. Put that on here, and I took off the, as you can see, the tensioner pulley that has that big bracket for whatever that is, alternator or something like that, attached to it. Since that was old, mine was just replaced last summer or something before I bought the Jeep, so that's fairly new. I'm gonna put that on here, but I wanted to put this new timing chain gear set on, and let's see, there's the old one right there, and then my cover off. Got my new seal right here ready to go in. Probably shouldn't put it on the ground like that. And then brand new timing chain and gear. It was not difficult at all to put in. So I'm going to scrape off this old gasket around here, and then once I get my engine hoist next weekend, then I'll take the oil pan off and go ahead and put the new gasket on for the timing chain cover, and then the oil pan gasket as well, so that it'll all be a one-piece oil pan gasket like it is on there now. So, just wanted to kind of take a video of that. I did have to use this pulley right here to get the harmonic balancer off, and it came off fairly easy. Everything else has been fairly straightforward with it. So I just wanted